Hey everybody, so today we're going to look at a Revit thing that came up in the Discord, and if you aren't a part of that Discord, check out the link below if you want to join. But in there, there was a person that had a question about pulling in room information from their arch models, and in their situation, they had a arch model and then they had a room model, and it was pulling from the arch model, and they needed the data to be pulled from the room model. Now, and just to show you up here, if we click on spaces, this is how you would pull that data, and there's no selection for what link, but it's actually pretty easy to fix this. But before we look at that, if we go to the Manage tab and Manage Links, you'll see we've got the two in here. My experience has always been that you use like a placeholder link, or at least make your first link that you bring in the room model one. In this case, with what we're trying to do, make that the first one you bring in, and then the other model. If you have a placeholder one, then you would make, if the whatever the first placeholder link is, you just do a reload from, and that will kind of do the same thing as well. Now, is that what's going on in the background with Revit? I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not 100% sure because the workflow I'm going to show you to kind of get around that without removing the link entirely and bringing it back in doesn't it kind of changes which link it uses. So I don't know if it has something to do with like the link it first interacts with, and then it just interacts with that one forward, or what. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, if you select on the link, you'll see like the order of it. So mark is 1. And then over here, we'll see mark is 2. Now, the names would say the same thing, but I renamed them just to make it clear. So those are in there. And if we go over to room schedule, we'll see that in the not room model, the information is incorrect. And then in the room model, the information is correct. I've got a space schedule here, which we'll see get updated in a minute. So over here, I kind of want to show you placing this stuff, placing the spaces, and then getting the wrong information. And then I'll show you how quickly it is to update it. So, because in this case, we actually do want to place them. We don't need to do the added step of naming them, but I want to show you just to visually kind of highlight the differences in the room model and then the arch model. So we'll click on spaces, place automatically. We'll get this pop up, close that, and then go to space naming. That's going to pull the names and the numbers. Click OK. We'll get this prompt because the arch model doesn't have all the room information like we saw in the room schedule, and so that's okay. That makes sense. We'll close that, and then over here we'll see that it updated these, but it did not update the space ones. The number looks kind of weird because I ran this a few times just testing it beforehand, so that's kind of what's going on there. Alright, so now if we go back over to level 1, and then if we go to manage links, we can unload this model. Which is going to cause the spaces not to be bounded. And then now, if we go back to Analyze and then click on Space Naming, click OK, and then back over to the Space Schedule, we'll see it got updated. And then the cool thing is, if we reload this, we'll see that if we go over to Analyze, Space Naming, click OK, it doesn't change it. Now, I haven't tested it a ton after this. Like, I haven't went through and deleted the spaces and then changed some room information. So on a real project, you may run into some other issues. But anyways, that's kind of a way to get that information from the correct model. Simply unload the one you don't want, and then you've got the one in there, and then you can easily pull in the data like you saw. Now, just in case anybody is wondering, if you click on this and then go to edit type and make this unbounding, that doesn't change anything. I tested that didn't work. Because the data's still there, so it's still checking that model, I think. But anyways, pretty easy to do. Nothing big there, but it could be huge if you're working on a massive project and you remove the link accidentally, and you got your information in there, but it caused all these other troubles. So hopefully this will help you out if this is something you're running into. And if there's a better way to do this, or the underlying logic, let me know. Comment below so that others can see it. But anyways, just wanted to share it, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.